Hey, gang. So I know it's been a few weeks, right? But hopefully going to be sharing some really good information for y'all today. Yeah, Brad is committed. Coach Brad's committed to a powerlifting meet in 12 weeks. So I'm 12 weeks out. And I want to share my entire program, everything I'm going to be doing over the next 12 weeks, getting ready for this powerlifting meet. And I'm excited. It's been since 2018 that I kind of scratched that competitive itch, right? In 2018, I did a qualifier for USAPL Raw Nationals, got qualified, was ready to do that in 2019, and I had to have double inguinal hernia surgery. So that didn't work out. 2020, don't even need to discuss that, right? Pandemic. 2022, start my prep, bar falls on my face and breaks my jaw, right? 2023, I pour myself into volunteer work for the youth in our community. So 2024, it's Brad's year, and I'm committed. I am signed up for the meet. Airfare has been purchased, and I'm really excited to return to the platform in 12 weeks. So let's start with the fun stuff, right? Let's start with the training, and then the important keys that are usually the boring ones, but oftentimes the most important, right? So just completed the 3-week introductory cycle of my preparatory phase. All right. And this is a preparatory macrocycle designed by Eric Helms and then modified as I typically do for my clients for me, right? It's a 5-day-a-week program. I'm basically going to be squatting, benching, and deadlifting multiple times a week. The introductory cycle specifically is called 2, 3, 1. Twice a week squat, 3 times a week bench, 1 time a week deadlift. It's based on auto-regulated singles at a specific RPE that's programmed, and then all back down work is programmed from the performance on the single. And of course, there's some assistance work in there as well. So let's go through it. All right, 5 days a week. Workout 1 here, we've got low bar squat. You can see here we work up to an RPE of 6. Okay. Now I've got my basically what I figure are my loads for my RPEs based on the performance in the first 2 weeks. And so you can see here that an RPE 6 basically is in the 330. So I did 335, did my single, called it an RPE 6.5, right? Now, keep in mind that you probably saw in a video that I just recently worked up to a 400 squat, right? My max in competition is 451. However, I'm excited about this meet, and the key in this meet is to show up and compete. And so there's a certain amount of titration from kind of sub-maximal to maximal loads that are going to be going on here. So that's kind of important to talk about. It gets to RPE 8, 9, 10 later, which I'll, like I said, be sharing with you guys. But it's important to start out here and important to start out and stay healthy, right? Competition bench press is next. Same thing, RPE of 6. Right here, you can see RPE 6 is in the 240s. I did 245, called it an RPE 6 right there. The sheet calculates my back down work for me. There you go, 3 sets of 5. And then here's my assistance work. Neutral grip pull down, biceps curls. You can see here, 145. A lot of times I'll put a note in there. So I got 11 reps, but there were some partials in there. I probably failed about 9 and then got a couple of partials in there. So that's basically day 1. All right. Day 2, comp bench. I don't do that yet on this day. That's going to be added in week 4. You can see right here. Maybe we'll see. I've got it in orange here. Only because I recently, I'm still kind of rehabbing a fairly significant infraspinatus strain. I basically rehabbed that and got back to it in about 2 weeks. Going to share that in a future platform on how I rehab that. Thanks to our good doctor, Nick Licamelli, for all of his help and insight in helping us to do that. But as of this last week, no single on comp bench for day 2. However, sumo deadlift, you can see here again, RPE 6 with a deadlift. That's basically 420s. And I did 435 for a single, put in that 6.5, automatically calculated my back down work, 3 sets of 5. And then you can see my assistance work there. Okay. Workout 3, high bar squat. So my competition squat is a low bar squat. However, if I low bar squat 3 times a week in the past, I have rib and lat issues. And so with the program, I modified it to where it's low bar squat day 1, high bar squat day 2, low bar squat day 3. It's important to note, though, you can see here in the introductory cycle, I don't do any squat on day 3. That is going to be added in next week. All right, as you can see right here. But introductory cycle, I worked up to a single on bench press. For workout 3, you can see here, RPE 5. All right, worked up to 250. It was a little bit on the heavy side, called it an 8. Got out of the workout without any issues, though. The rest of it is all back work and delts, right? You can see the assistance work here, and there's the partials that I did on that one arm iliac pull down. Workout 4, deadlift of choice. You can see, don't do that in the introductory cycle. Okay, that's going to start be added in next week's volume, which again, I'll document for you. Squat, 365. That's an RPE of 7. So you can see here, squat, 7s is in the 340s. All right. I worked up to 365. It was a little on the heavy side, called it an 8.5. There's my back down work that's programmed right there. And of course, the assistance work. Now, workout 5 will be low bar squat and bench, but in the introductory cycle, no squat, just bench. Worked it up to 250 for a 7. Just did 2 sets of back down there. There was 3 that it was called for, but I did not do the third one. Basically, just keeping an eye on the shoulder, and you can see the volume down here is automatically calculated. So benching, it goes up a good amount in this introductory cycle. It starts out here with 6. It's not there, but trust me, that's what it is. Goes up to 7 in week 2. Supposed to jump up to week 9 to 9 sets in week 3. I called it without that last one, because next week it's supposed to jump up to week 12. Or excuse me, to 12 sets. So yeah, we're going to take that easy, and we'll call an audible here as to if I'm going to do, all of those programmed sets of bench. So that is essentially the weight training program as I completed it last week. And then of course, next week, I'll be documenting all of that for you as I go through everything here. All right, let's go over the macrocycle, right? The entire macrocycle. So as you can see here, these 3 weeks are complete. Okay, they're in black. This is my projected start on Monday, the 26th. And then you can see here, there's a 3-week volume cycle as indicated here. Then we go to a 3-week, the projected start here is not here, it's here. So let's go ahead and fix that. I'll start each mesocycle on Monday. So let me fix that. There'll be a 3-week intensity cycle here, as you can see here. And then I'll finish up with a 3-week peaking cycle. That's when those RPEs really start to climb up. And then I always will build in a punt week right here. So in case something happens and I need to stretch things out a little bit, take a week off, I get sick, I always build in one punt week, and then here's the meat right here. All right, so that's the training, that's the fun stuff. Now, the more important stuff, right? The keys, we're going to call them. All right, so keys to success right here. Basically, making it to the platform strong and ready is the goal. PRs are not the goal. And that all being said, I'm 52 years old. I am cutting weight, and so I'm getting leaner and leaner and leaner. And so these are things that I need to focus on every single day and get that hyper focus that Alberto always talks about. So I have my little check boxes right here. There's a few more of them that are kind of hidden. Let me show you those. But first of all, sleep, right? That's going to be one of my focuses. I've got a little mini course that I'm going to be coming out with in the next couple of days for you guys. So watch out for that on maximizing sleep. But that is first and foremost, right? Next is prayer/morning routine. Getting up, getting my coffee, my water, which I'll talk about next, and this getting the mind and the heart ready for what I need to do for that day. All right. Next is hydration. I'm going to wake up every morning slurping down water on my nightstand. I need to have essentially my urine to be clear or darn close to it every day when I walk in the gym. So I'm going to wake up, drink down probably 12 to 20 ounces of water, get a couple cups of coffee with some protein, liquid protein shake in it, and then continue drinking water until the urine is clear and I'm out the door to do the training. Nutrition. So I am cutting down to the 165-pound weight class, and I'm currently 173, which you'll see here in a minute. So my focus here, protein. I tend to neglect my protein a little bit as I've gotten older. So I'm setting myself up for success by keeping cartoned egg whites, liquid protein shakes, powders, and Greek yogurt in the fridge basically at all times. And I mean, there's times where I'll just add a little water flavor to pasteurized egg whites, and I'll just drink it down to keep my protein intake up. Next on the nutritional front, fruits and veggies, at least one serving every single day. And I'm really good about that. Carrots are kind of my go-to. I eat a serving of carrots every day, but I also have cups of peaches and things like that so that I get one serving per day. The average should be about 2.5 though, over time. So that means some days might be one, other days might be 3. You get the idea. Maintaining the caloric deficit. So basically for me, that's sub 2,000 calories while, keeping these things here in place. And then basically walking/prehab kind of accomplishes 2 things. I have a nagging groin strain that pops up ever since I did a full contact football game when I turned 40 years old. And so walking at an incline after all of my sessions helps to keep that at bay, along with Stairmaster. And just slow. I mean, I'm talking like 2.5 miles an hour on a steep incline on the treadmill, very slowly going up the stair mill, I guess you might call it, basically every day. That's the first thing it accomplishes. The second thing it accomplishes is that I don't move much, as I've told and confided in you guys before. So I need to get that step count up. You can see basically very rarely do I get up into the 10,000 range, right? But I got to get those steps in. You can see here as of late, we've gotten more. And so that helps to get my steps in, right? Calories are here. I am just basically tracking my calories only and protein intake. Here's my body weight here. You can see so far body weight's going down. It's going very well. So guys, that's it. That is the plan. Those are the keys. Again, I am going to be sharing with you as much as I can, training and, all of it. I'll be honest, I'm not good about documenting things with my camera. And also, as we all know, the title of Brad's vlog, right? I'm not very good at this. I don't know what I'm doing, basically, but I'm going to do my best. Take care, y'all. See you every week, 12 weeks out. Let's go. I'm excited.